Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am your instructor, facilitator, and mentor, Dr. Aisha Mahmood, and I welcome you all to the fourth week of online course, Introduction to Information Technology. Lecture 1 and 2 introduced you to the concepts related to communication, web, and services available on the internet. In this lecture, we will first discuss about the various types of digital media and other services available on internet, and secondly about the netiquettes. After completing this lecture, you would be able to explain how the web uses graphics, animation, audio, video, and virtual reality. Explain how email lists, internet messaging, chat rooms, online discussion, voice over internet protocol, and FTP work, and identify the rules of netiquettes. Most web pages include multimedia, which refers to any application that combines text with media. Media includes graphics, animation, audio, video, and virtual reality. In the next few slides, we'll be discussing how the web uses these types of media. A graphic is a visual representation of non-text information such as drawing, chart, or photo. Many web pages use colorful graphics to convey messages, as you can see in this slide. As shown in this slide, some websites use thumbnails on their pages because larger pictures or graphics can be time consuming to display. A thumbnail is a small version of a larger image. You usually can tap or click a thumbnail to display the image in full size. The web often uses infographics to present concepts, products, and news. An infographic, short for information graphic, is a visual representation of data or information designed to communicate quickly, simply complex concepts, or present patterns or trends. As you can see as an example in front of you, many forms of infographics exist. For example, maps, signs, charts, and diagrams. Of the different graphic formats for displaying images on the web, um, ये जो आपके सामने हैं, like BMP, GIF, JPEG, PNG, and TIFF. The JPEG and PNG, that is PNG, formats are more common. JPEG pronounced as JPEG, JPEG pronounced as JPEG, is a compressed graphics format that attempts to reach a balance between image quality and the file size. With JPG files, the more compressed the file, the smaller the image and the lower the quality. Then comes the PNG in terms of popularity. PNG pronounced PNG को हम PNG pronounce करेंगे. PNG is a patent-free compressed graphics format that restores all image details when the file is viewed. That is, PNG format does not lose image quality during compression. अब आप बारी बारी जरा देख लेते हैं कि ये जो different format जैसे BMP जिसको bitmap बोलते हैं, ये desktop backgrounds और scanned images के लिए use किया जाता है. GIF जो है वो graphics interchange format है, and that is used for images with few colors for simple graphs, diagrams and shapes. फिर JPEG है, Joint Photographic Experts Group. That is for used for digital camera photos, game screenshots, and movie still shots. Then comes the PNG, Portable Network Graphics, that is used for comic style drawing, line art, web graphics. And then the last is TIFF, that is tagged image file format, used for photos, for printing industry. Many web pages use animation, which is the appearance of motion created by displaying a series of still images in sequence. For example, text that animates by scrolling across the screen can serve as a ticker to display stock updates, news, sports, weather, or other information. Web based games often use animation. On the web, you can listen to audio clips and live audio. Audio includes music, speech, or any other sound. Simple applications consist of individual audio files available for download to a computer or any device. Once downloaded, you can play, means you can listen to the content of these files. Now you need to read how to article section of your chapter number 2 for instructions about downloading digital media from online services. Other applications use streaming audio so that you can listen to the audio while it downloads. Audio files are compressed to reduce their file sizes. For example, MP3 format reduces an audio file to about 1/10 of its original size while preserving much of the quality of the sound. To listen to an audio file on your computer, you need special software called a media player. Most current operating systems contain a media player. For example, the Windows operating system includes Windows Media Player. Some audio files, however, might require you to download a media player. Media player available for download includes iTunes and Real Player. You can download media players free from the web. Now you need to visit the chapter's free resources to learn more about audio file formats. On the web, you can view video clips or watch live video. Video consists of images displayed in motion. Most video also has accompanying audio. You also can upload, share, or view video clips at a video sharing site like YouTube. Educators, politicians, and businesses use video blogs and video podcasts to engage students, voters, and consumers. Simple video applications on the web consist of individual video files, such as movie or television clips, that you must download completely before you can play them on a computer or mobile device. Video files often are compressed because they are quite large in size. Videos have file extension MP4, and posted video to the web often are short in length, usually less than 10 minutes, because they can take a long time to download. As with streaming audio files, streaming video files allow you to view longer or live videos by playing them as they download to your computers. You can always discover more by visiting chapter number 2's free resources to learn more about the video file formats. Okay, virtual reality is the use of computers to simulate a real or imagined environment that appears as a three-dimensional space. VR involves the display of 3D images that users explore and manipulate interactively. Using special VR software, a developer creates an entire 3D environment that contains infinite space and depth, called a virtual reality world. A virtual reality world on the web, for example, might show a house for sale where potential buyers walk through rooms in the VR house by sliding their fingers on a touch screen or moving an input device forward, backward, or to the side. In addition to games and simulations, Many practical applications of virtual reality also exist. Science educators create virtual reality models of molecules, organisms, and other structures for students to examine. Companies use virtual reality to showcase products or create advertisement. Architects create virtual reality models of buildings and rooms so that clients can see how completed construction project will look before it is built. Most browsers have the capability of displaying basic multimedia elements on a web page. Sometimes, however, a browser requires an additional program called a plugin to display multimedia. A plugin or add-on is a program that extends the capability of a browser. For example, your browser may require Adobe Reader to view and print PDF files. You typically can download plugins at no cost from various websites. Some plugins run on all sizes of the computers and mobile devices. Others have special versions for mobile devices. Some mobile devices and browsers, however, do not support plugins. For this reason, web designers are using newer technologies to create websites that display correctly in both desktop and mobile browsers. These technologies generally do not require the use of plugins to display media. To learn more about plugins, you should visit this chapter's free resources. As previously mentioned, the web is only one of the many services of the internet. Other internet services include the following, like email lists, internet messaging, chat rooms, online discussion, voice over internet protocol, and FTP, that is file transfer protocol. Let's go through these other services one by one. Number one is the email. Email, that is short for electronic mail, is the transmission of messages and files via a computer network. Email was one of the original services of the internet, enabling scientists and researchers working on government-sponsored projects to communicate with colleagues at other locations. We use an email program to create, send, receive, forward, store, print, and delete email messages. Email programs are available as desktop apps, web apps, and mobile apps. An email message can be simple text or can include an attachment such as a document, a graphic, an audio clip, or a video clip. Just as you address a letter when using the postal system, your address you address an email message with the email address of your intended recipient. Likewise, when someone sends you a message, he or she must have your email address. तो एक email address क्या होता है? एक email address is a combination of a username and a domain name that identifies a user so that he or she can receive internet email. Let's see username क्या होता है? Username is a unique combination of characters such as letters of alphabets or numbers that identifies a specific user. Your username must be different from other usernames in the same domain. For example, a username Aisha Mahmood whose server has a domain name of ue.edu.pk might want to select Aisha.mahmood as her username. If ue.edu.pk already has an Aisha.mahmood username, then she will have to select a different username such as Aisha M or M Aisha. Sometimes organizations decide the format of usernames for new users so that the usernames are consistent across the company. In many cases, However, users select their own usernames, often selecting a nickname or any other combination of the characters for their username. Many users select a combination of their first and last name so that others can remember it easily. In an internet email address, an at sign or symbol separates the username from the domain name. Your service provider supplies the domain name. A possible email address for Aisha Mahmood would be aisha.mahmood at ue.edu.pk. Most email programs allow you to create a contacts folder which contains a list of names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and other details about people with whom you communicate. To learn more about the email programs, please visit this chapter's free resources. What are the good practices to follow when using email? You should keep your messages brief, respond to messages promptly, use proper grammar, spelling, and punctuation, never respond to unsolicited messages, use meaningful subject lines, read the message before you send it, use email when you want a permanent record of a communication. और कुछ चीज़ें मैं और ऐड कर दूं, यहाँ पे अक्सर स्टूडेंट्स मुझे जब ईमेल भेजते हैं तो बहुत इनफॉर्मल तरीके से एड्रेस करते हैं। तो देखिए, सबसे पहले तो जैसे आप फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे एड्रेस करेंगे तो आप लिखेंगे डियर डॉक्टर आयशा अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सो अस्सलाम वालेकुम इज द सैल्यूटेशन। तो प्रॉपर सैल्यूटेशन के बाद आपने लिखना है कि आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या है, उसको ठीक पहराए में डू नॉट यूज़ एनी एब्रिविएशंस, प्रॉपर सेंटेंस लिखें और फिर जब एंड करें तो आप लिख सकते हैं कि थैंकिंग यू इन एंटिसिपेशन, योर्स सिंसियरली, अपना नाम लिखें, अपना रोल नंबर लिखें, अपना प्रोग्राम, अपना सेक्शन, अपना सेमेस्टर, ये सारी चीज़ें ज़रूरी हैं क्योंकि एक ही वक्त में एक टीचर मुख्तलिफ स्टूडेंट्स को मुख्तलिफ प्रोग्राम्स को पढ़ा रहा होता है, तो उसके लिए ये बहुत बड़ा इशू बन जाता है कि उससे लोकेट नहीं होता कि ये किस स्टूडेंट की ईमेल है। तो अपनी आइडेंटिफिकेशन पूरी लिखें और अपना जो भी आप टेक्स्ट लिखें उसको दैट नीड टू बी checked for grammar, spellings, and for grammar and spelling and punctuations. How an email message may travel from a sender to a receiver. इस तस्वीर में you can see how an email message may travel from a sender to receiver. तो स्टेप नंबर 1 में होता क्या है, यूजिंग एन ईमेल प्रोग्राम यू क्रिएट एंड सेंड अ मैसेज ऑन अ कंप्यूटर और अ मोबाइल डिवाइस। एज स्टेप नंबर 2, आपका जो ईमेल प्रोग्राम है वो क्या करता है, दैट कॉन्टेक्ट सॉफ्टवेयर ऑन द ऑनगोइंग मेल सर्वर। देन as step number 3, software on ongoing mail server determines the best route for the data and sends the message which travels along internet routers to the recipient's incoming mail server. फिर ये इंटरनेट राउटर से होता हुआ आपके इनकमिंग मेल सर्वर पे चला जाता है और एज अ फोर्थ स्टेप व्हेन द recipient uses an email program to check for email messages, the message transfers from the incoming mail server to the recipient's computer or mobile device. As you receive email messages, an incoming mail server holds the message in your mailbox until you use your email program to retrieve them. Most email programs have a mail notification alert that informs you via a message or a sound when you receive a new email message. An email list or electronic mailing list is a group of email addresses used for mass distribution of a message. When a message is sent to an email list, each person on the list receives a copy of the message in his or her mailbox. You subscribe to an email list by adding your email address to the mailing list, which is stored on a list server. To remove your name from there, you need to unsubscribe from the mailing list. The original use of email lists, such as list serve, allowed any subscriber to send a message, which created a discussion type forum among all subscribers via email. Many mailing lists today, such as shown in figure 2.27 in front of you, are one-way communications and do not allow subscribers to send messages. तो ये बेसिकली जब बाजुकात ये होता है कि आपको मेल तो आ गई लेकिन अब आप जब रिस्पॉन्ड बैक करेंगे तो वो उसकी इजाज़त नहीं देते। बाजुकात ये इंफॉर्मेशनल जो ईमेल्स आती हैं वो info@some डोमेन नेम आपको लिखा हुआ होता है और उसके साथ उन्होंने लिखा होता है कि डू नॉट रिप्लाई। सो इसका मतलब है कि आप उनको एज रिप्लाई नहीं कर सकते। Internet messaging services, which often occur in real time, are communications services that notify you when one or more of your established contacts are online and then allows you to exchange messages or files or join a private chat room with them. Real time means that you and the people with whom you are conversing are online at the same time. This is also called synchronous communication, जिसमें आप दोनों जो साइट्स हैं, दोनों जो एस्टेब्लिश्ड कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं, वो एक ही वक्त में कम्युनिकेट कर रहे होते हैं। Whereas email is a service which is called asynchronous communication service, because even if you are not online, you can receive the email into your mailbox, and later when you get online, you can check your email that is in your mailbox. Some internet messaging services support voice and video conversations, allow you to send photos and other documents to a recipient, listen to streaming music, and play games with another online contact. For real-time internet messaging to work, both parties must be online at the same time. Also, the receivers of a message must be willing to accept the messages. To use an internet messaging service, you may have to install messenger software or an app on the computer or mobile device, such as smartphone, you plan to use. Many online social networks include a messaging feature. To ensure successful communications, all individuals on the friend list need to use the same or a compatible messenger. So to learn more about the internet messaging services, please visit the chapter's free resources. Those are available in this week's extra resources. A chat is a real-time typed conversation that takes place on a computer or mobile device with many other online users. A chat room is a website or application that permits users to chat with others who are online at the same time. A server echoes the user's message to everyone in the chat room. Anyone in the chat room can participate in the conversation, which usually is specific to a particular topic. Businesses sometimes use chat rooms to communicate with customers. As you type on a keyboard, other connected to the same chat room servers also see what you have typed. Some chat rooms support voice chats and video chats in which people hear or see each other as they chat. Most browsers today include the capability to connect to a chat server. An online discussion or discussion forum is an online area in which users have written discussions about a particular subject. To participate in a discussion, a user posts a message called an article, and other users read and reply to the message. A thread or threaded discussion consists of the original article and all subsequent related replies. तो किसी ने अगर कुछ पोस्ट किया है तो आपने जब उसका जवाब देंगे तो वह उसके साथ इन अ थ्रेडेड रिस्पॉन्स रिकॉर्ड हो जाएगा. Some discussion forums require that you enter a username and password to participate in the discussion. For example, an online discussion for students taking a college course may require a username and password to access the discussion. जैसे कि आपके गूगल क्लासरूम में आप सिर्फ जो डिस्कशन करेंगे वो सिर्फ वो लोग वो स्टूडेंट्स कर सकते हैं जिन्होंने वो गूगल क्लासरूम ज्वाइन किया होगा. This ensures that only students in the course participate in that discussion. Posts in an online discussion usually are stored for a certain amount of time, such as a semester in this example, and then we can just remove it or we can archive it. Voice over Internet protocol enables users to speak to other users via their internet connection. That is, voice over internet protocol uses the internet instead of public switched telephone network to connect a calling party to one or more local or long distance called parties. To place an internet phone call, you need to have a broadband internet connection, a microphone, and a speaker, both of which are included with a standard computer or mobile device, and a voice over internet protocol software such as Skype. Some voice over internet services require that you purchase a separate phone and voice over internet protocol router and subscribe to their services. Other offer certain services free and require a subscription for additional services. जैसे स्काइप में भी ये है कि कुछ चीज़ें फ्री हैं और कुछ अगर आपने फॉर एग्जांपल किसी के घर फोन करना है या किसी के मोबाइल पे कॉल करनी है then you need to have a subscription for that. So if you want to know how to set up a personal voice over internet protocol service and make a call, then you have to read the article in your book 2-4 for instructions. File Transfer Protocol (FTP) is an Internet standard that permits file uploading and downloading to and from other computers on the Internet. Uploading is the process of transferring file from your computer or mobile device to a server on the Internet. Recall that downloading is the process of transferring files from a server on the Internet to your computer or mobile device. Web page developers, for example, often use FTP to upload their web pages to a web server. Many operating systems include FTP capabilities. If yours does not, you can download FTP programs from the web, usually for a small fee. An FTP server is a computer that allows user to upload or download files using FTP. FTP. An FTP site is a collection of files that reside on an FTP server. Many FTP sites have anonymous FTP whereby anyone can transfer some, if not all, available files. Some FTP sites restrict file transfers to those who have authorized accounts. Means they should have their uh, dedicated usernames and passwords, and then they can access the FTP server. If you want to learn more about the FTP programs, I would recommend you to please visit the free resources of this chapter. Netiquette, which is the short for Internet etiquette, is the code of acceptable behaviors a user should follow while on the internet. That is, it is the conduct expected of individuals while online. Netiquette includes rules for all aspects of the internet, including the web, social media, internet messaging, chat rooms, online discussions, and FTP. अब ये जो आपके सामने टेबल है इस that outlines some of the rules of netiquette with respect to online communications. अगर आपने मज़ीद जानना हो ऑनलाइन कम्युनिकेशंस के बारे में और उनके एक्सट्रीम मिसयूज़ के बारे में तो आप यू कैन गो टू यू कैन रीड एथिक्स एंड इश्यूज 2-4 इन योर बुक. यहाँ पे इस टेबल को अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी देख लें तो आपको हर चीज़ बहुत क्लियर हो जाएगी. You need to be polite and you need to avoid offensive language. Avoid sending or posting flames which are abusive or insulting messages. और कोई भी hate conversation में try करें not to participate. और जैसे ही कोई आपको odd message लगे या लगे कि कोई आपको bully कर रहा है तो please try to avoid that. Do not use all capital letters जो कि equivalent होता है कि आप shout कर रहे हैं, so you don't have to do that. Use emoticons to express emotions जैसे कि smiley है, indifference, surprise, ये सारे आप use करते हैं. Wink. Use abbreviations and acronyms for phrases like by the way के लिए आप BTW लिखते हैं. FYI जो है फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए लिखते हैं. इसी तरह और आप लर्न करें और इसको यूज करें. Clearly identify a spoiler, which is the message that reveals an outcome of a game or ending to a movie or a program. Be forgiving to others mistake. किसी से कोई ज्यादती हो जाए तो प्लीज माफ करें उसको और आगे बढ़ें. Read the fact. Frequently ask questions if one exists on the server before actually putting that question in front of all. वैसे भी आप अपनी आदत बना लें जब भी कोई क्वेश्चन आपके जहन में आए फर्स्ट ट्राई टू फिगर दैट आउट बाय योरसेल्फ. और अगर आपसे वो क्वेश्चन का आंसर ना मिल पाए तो फिर आप उस क्वेश्चन को उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे पोस्ट करें या इस कोर्स के केस में अपने टीचर से कंसल्ट करें. In this lecture, we have covered various types of media, other services available on the internet, and netiquettes